what Coach Wade is doing over Mississippi Valley State is something to admire. He's bringing in those athletes that have that blue collar work ethic that's going to come out there and leave it all out there on the field week in and week out. Mississippi Valley State is looking to have, they're looking to change, not necessarily have, but looking to change the narrative that so many people have tried to, label them with as being their home, being everybody's homecoming when they come in there and play them week in and week out. Y'all know daggone well, Valley got some athletes over there that can get out there on that field and ball out and just let you know this ain't going to be no easy way, partner. But I'm going to tell you something. Coach Walker got a young man that's going to stop by. He's going to have a brief conversation with me as far as what are, his journey from high school to now. He's going to talk a little bit about what he did at his previous college as far as with getting himself prepared for where he is right now. And what can we expect for the Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils this upcoming season in the SWAC? Guys, I'm going to bring this young man on right after this. It's your favorite coach back at it again. 10 toes, I'm about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow Leader Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. Tonight, guys, I got a young man that's going to come on here. He's going to stop by, have a brief conversation with Coach. We're getting these interviews in. Athletes who want to come in and tell their stories. And we're going to open up this channel to allow them to do just that. Like I said, this young man got a story that's crazy. We're going to give y'all a couple of, things here and there that I'm gonna let him touch on, because I don't think he know Coach went and jumped in his bag to find a few things about him that he didn't know that I know. Coach got to get out there and get the things together and let y'all know what's going on. Y'all know Coach love to have fun. He like to do a little extra research to get in his bag just a little bit to give y'all some content to make you really say, this young man is coming into this program that's going to show up and show out week in and week out. I want to know what the preparation is like. I want to know how he's going to get his Delta Devil teammates, get them ready to go this upcoming season. And you already know they got Coach Wade over there putting that thing together, letting y'all know, hey, look, he know a little something about these HBCU streets. Y'all do know Coach Wade was a receiver over Mississippi Valley State. He coached over Mississippi Valley State before. He coached at Fort Valley University, and now he's the head coach over at Mississippi Valley State now. So, guys, let me go ahead and bring this young man in here, none other than Mr. Aaron Webb. How you doing? Come on in here and holler at the folks.
How y'all doing? I'm good. Appreciate you for having me on the show.
Oh, no problem at all. No problem at all. I do apologize for the previous technical difficulties, man. I had to get them folks to go find my stuff. I had to hit the technical support people up like, hey, look, y'all need to get me straight over here. Excuse me, I can't. This is a family-free doggone channel. I can't use them. Hold on, let me wipe my head off. Let me get a woosah in there right quick. But yeah, man, I had to go ahead and do a little digging right quick, man, to let everybody know that, hey, coach had to go check out a couple of things on you, man, to see what's really going on. Because, you got an interesting journey. And, I'm looking at a lot of things that's going on right now with these athletes because, it's recruitment time, right? And, everybody's trying to get into camps. If they're not going to camps, they're doing 07, they're doing 707, trying to make sure they're putting their best foot forward so that they can get that opportunity to get that program to come check them out. Tell us a little bit about your journey as far as your recruitment coming out of high school, going to your first college, and then you moving on to UT Martin to play ball, and now you're here over Mississippi Valley State. Tell us a little something about yourself.
Well, my journey, me coming from Pattonville High School in St. Louis, Missouri, my recruiting journey was a little different because I wasn't as mature. Coming up in high school, I only cared about how cool I looked. I never really put in the work. The preparation wasn't there, but the talent was always there. The work ethic just wasn't there. So coming out of sophomore year, I went to the Night at the Zoo camp. And shortly after, I got my first offer from Zoo, and then Illinois came when Coach Corey was there. But the thing is, I was also undersized too, so that factors into your recruitment as well. Just the grades wasn't there, which is ultimately why I had to go to a JUCO, and I went to Iowa Western Community College. And there, I learned how to be a professional. I think I learned how to take things more serious. I took ball more serious. It's a big misconception in JUCO. You go JUCO, we look down upon JUCO. We always want to go to, when we come in high school, we think we going to Clemson, the Oregons, the Alabamas, but not really knowing what it really takes to get to those schools or even looked at by those schools. So after Iowa Western, I worked hard at Iowa Western. I redshirted my first year. I was a walk-on at Iowa Western. A lot of people don't know that I was a walk-on. So I really had to earn it. And then after Iowa Western, and I only played 3 total games at Iowa Western. It was either injuries always coming up. Just there's a lot of things I had to learn how to take care of my body, because availability is your best ability. So I had to take care of my body. I learned how to take care of my body. So after Iowa Western, that's when I got the chance to go to UT Martin from a private workout. It was through a coach's connection type of thing. Coach Polizzi, the defensive coordinator, who's now at Tulsa, he was my D coordinator at UT Martin. He was close with my head coach, Coach Simpson. So that connected. I went down there and earned a scholarship at UT Martin. And first season, got my way through special teams. I was always an opportunist. And I knew I was going to grind. I always knew I was going to get my butt on this field. And so the second year, last fall, was pretty much my kind of breakout year in terms of me being able to play the nickel position, play corner, be more versatile, understanding formations, knowing where everybody is on the field, and just really kind of dominating. And even then, I was still a strong 2, never really a starter. So once I knew my D coordinator was leaving to Tulsa, I had a great relationship with Coach Polizzi. He was an awesome coach. I knew it was time for me to branch out and go take what I've learned all through these years and put it all together for a great program like Mississippi Valley State. Great coaches like Coach Thompson, Coach Wade, Coach Anderson. Those guys are building something special. And I shine a light on the HBCU community, HBCU football, and just Black education in general.
Okay, so let me ask you, the preparation, like you mentioned about the junior college, there's a lot of athletes. I actually did some content before about athletes possibly going to junior college route, right? And the preparation that they must do, what are some of the things that they need to look at when it comes to taking that road of going to a junior college before they end up, in that place where they want to be? What's some of the pitfalls that they can run across that they may not pay close attention to?
I would say you have to go in there open-minded. You can't be narrow-minded, and you got to realize your calling. You got to understand what you really want out of it, because you got some JUCOs, and I know it's a different spectrum. I got the luxury of being able to go to an Iowa Western, who was pretty much a Division I prep almost. We had all the nice facilities. We had great coaches. They already had the name. There's so many connections. But if you go and say you go to a Cali JUCO who don't have all that, or just any other JUCOs, I would say you have to be open-minded. It's a certain mentality you gotta possess, and it's hard because if you either got it or you don't.
Understood.
It's some days you're gonna get up at 5 a.m. It's a lot of things you're not gonna understand at the time, especially coming straight from high school. Most time coming from high school, you the dude on your team,
Right.
And you get to a JUCO, plenty of cats, way better, same amount of talent. It's a lot of things you got to do to set yourself differently. Whether it's showing up early to meetings, whether it's being in the coach's face, it's learning, being a real student at a game. It's easy to say, but it's something you really have to do if you want to be successful in JUCO.
Got you. So when you left from your junior college and went to UT Martin, what was some of the benefits of that? Like, did it prep you for UT Martin, or did you have to go in there and kind of reprogram yourself as far as the expectation?
I would say no, because again, my JUCO was phenomenal at Iowa Western. My DB coach, Coach Finney, and Coach Strohmeyer, Coach Blackburn, Coach Terry, all of them guys, they got me ready. Like, we were doing Division I workouts. We did everything like Alabama. We ran everything like Alabama. Even though we didn't have the resources and everything that they had, we ran it like Bama. So I would say I was pretty much ready in terms of football and just adapting to the school life, the education. I was
Okay.
ready.
Okay. So what, with everything that you went through, what was your motivation to just, I mean, to keep you going? Because like I said,
Yeah.
when you're talking about the junior going over to UT, you're saying that the resources weren't there, that, you know, a lot of, you know, a lot of athletes, when they leave from high school and go to junior college, go to a lot of, even these major institutions, it's just like that, um, the support system. Like,
Mhm.
what type of, you guys have support systems that were there as far as with, you know, guiding you through like the rough times? Like, say for instance, you're, you know, you falling behind in class and you need, you know, tutors and things of that nature, or you need somebody, you know, it's like it's a mental strain. So
Yeah.
what type resources did they, you know, provide for you as far as like uh the day-to-day grinds? How did you guys get through a lot of that stuff? Did they have people there for you to sit down and talk with, or how did all that go?
Um, I would say our coaches did a good job of playing both. It
Okay.
wasn't really just all X's and O's. When we was there getting the schoolwork, because you got some people in JUCO that kind of lose, and you kind of lose while you even there.
Right.
And I've seen that as well. Um, so I think how I stay motivated, obviously through my mom, being from St. Louis,
Right.
and just growing up, I was always an opportunist and just always trying to make the best for my family and myself. So I knew it was one reason I was down there. I never pictured myself being in Iowa. It's just something that, you don't really picture that, but you get down there, you adapt. Coach Finney is a great guy, great coach. Um, he makes you want to be there. We did a lot of fun things that took your mind off football, because it gets draining when it's also another thing. You can be sitting in a room, another cat is getting all these offers, but you doing the same amount of work. You feel like, and you feel like when it's gonna come for you. So that's another hard thing at JUCO, that you gotta really put your head down and grind, because it's gonna come. And I believe in God, and I trust in God, and I know I knew I was gonna make it out of there.
Okay, what you talking about what you talking about the grind as far as with keeping yourself mentally prepared, especially when it comes to getting those offers. Let's go back to when you were in high school. You was at Peytonville, and you know you went out there, you
Okay.
went to showed up, you showed out. But the one thing you said, you didn't have a grade, you didn't have your grades on point, so you had to go
Yeah.
that other route. As far as the offers that were coming in, and not to mention you stated that you were undersized.
Yeah.
What, then what is some what is something that you would tell an athlete that may be in the same shoes that you were in, as far as with being undersized? What would you tell them? How would you? What is something that you would tell them to do to make sure they did keep their recruitment moving forward and not get discouraged?
I would say really be a sponge to any and everybody around you. I would say you can learn from anybody. You can learn from a janitor. You can learn from just anybody. And I would say just really focus on what you got to do. When I was in high school, the mistake I made was I was so busy worried about everybody else around me in my class. I had a good class. Like I had people like Jamison Williams, who's now in the league, Kyron Williams in the league. A lot of good cats that had a lot of those offers and were 4 stars, 5 stars. So, comparison is the thief of joy. So I would say just grind. And again, now I would tell those kids, like, especially D2 opportunities are not bad. It's not a slap in the face. D2 and under, everybody can't go D1 as well. Sometimes your calling is to do something else. You still can end up in the league. So I would say just really work hard. Um, Go to every camp you can, get the exposure you can, try to get your name out there. But more importantly, just stay in the books, because football don't last forever.
So while you're getting yourself prepared to go to the camps, you were
Mm-hmm.
doing. I'm sure you had a trainer. You had a position trainer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As far as position trainer, is that someone that you still continue to work with to this day, or you got somebody different?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I had a few trainers. Um, Coach BG is my main trainer.
Okay.
And Brandon Gregory, he coaches at East St. Louis, a dominant high school now. Just won a state championship. And then he sends all types of cats to Division I colleges and all around the country. And Coach Steeples, who's now the DB coach at LSU, and Coach Jerry, a high school coach as well. All of those guys I still keep in touch with, and um, a big part. a huge part of why my game has developed, along with Coach Finney at Iowa Western.
Right.
A huge part because Coach BG really believed in me before a lot of guys really got their hands on me, before a lot of guys really could see the potential. He seen it when I was at Iowa Western, so I used to work with him a lot to the transition going into UT Martin, and still to this day I work with him. Just to fine-tune my game and just to really understand what it takes to be a true defensive back.
All right. One thing that stood out to me on your social media, you pledged Alpha Phi Alpha.
Yes, sir.
My son is an Alpha over at Albany State University. Tell me about the Greek life at UT Martin. Or better yet, was there any Greek life over at the junior college that you were at?
Greek life at the junior college? No, we didn't have that. Okay. And to be honest, I'm glad Joe's son, because that's the best frat in the world. But so I tip my hat to him. That's my brother.
All right.
But at JUCO, no. At Western, no, because it wasn't that type of school, you know. And I honestly wasn't into Greek life until a little later. So when I got to Martin, I used to think about it, going back and forth. Didn't really know, and then I realized most of my closest friends at Martin were alphas, whether athlete or not. They just were the coolest people, and that's who I wanted to be like. You know, they set good examples for themselves. So that's kind of what I wanted to be and go into. That was the fraternity I chose, and I'm glad. Best thing I could have done.
All right, you know you about to hit that HBCU campus. They're gonna turn that thing up, man.
Yeah.
You about to hold on the side.
And I also want to shout out to Wink, my dean. Shout out to Wink. Shout out to Craig, my deans, and my line brothers. I love them. And just the fraternity there itself, Tau Psi.
Okay. So on the field, you got a nickname. What's the nickname you got out there on the field?
No, Joker.
Joker.
Yeah.
I'm kind of figuring you're one of those type of guys that love to play practical jokes on folks, or you just like to have a good time out there on the field. There's nothing wrong with that, because like they said, fundamentals. What's the first word you get out of fundamentals? Fun. So if you ain't having fun, what are we talking about? But how did you?
Just really, because when I was little, I was always in trouble. Like, honestly, it was always like I was always the bad one. Like, I got a twin brother, you know.
Yeah, I'm about to ask you.
I was always the bad one. We was like yin and yang. So me, it was always into something in terms of translating to football. It's me. It's like, because you know the Joker in the Batman movies is you think you could play with him until you can't. So it's just one of them things. Like, I'm dangerous, but you would never know because I play so much. It's just something you got to see.
So let me ask you, how was it playing with your brother Andre on the same high school football team?
That was like a dream. It was finally like, I loved it because it's something we always did when we was little, but it is different on a varsity level where stuff matters, it counts. And senior year, finally seeing him be able to step into the leader shoes and be the quarterback that we had was amazing. He had an amazing year, and I was there for him the whole step of the way. So it was fun.
You guys were ranked, was it 9th in the state?
Yes.
So you guys won the championship. Was it your senior year or your junior year?
No, we didn't win the championship. Remember, we lost my junior year, a heartbreaking loss. We lost about 2-point conversion junior year in state. So that was devastating. Yeah.
I understand. It took me back. Like I said, that was one of the things that I saw that kind of reminded me of when I was playing high school ball. We had opportunity. Brother Rice, we played them in the championship in the Silver Dome, and we were supposed to play Tyrone Wheatley, who ended up going to play over at the University of Michigan. He was the previous head coach over at Morgan State. Then he went to the Broncos and coached. I think he's coaching at Wayne State University in Detroit now. I wanted to see that guy play so tough, man, because he was that guy that never left the field. And I'm just like, okay. I said, I want to see what I want to give this a go, because I think we could take him. Man, I had a bunch of guys on the team. Who's gonna be snowing outside? Like, bro, we love to play the snow. What's wrong with you? Hey, what we got here, man? But you know what? One thing is another thing that I found also, that you played on both sides of the ball. You were the wide receiver and a DB. So what made you switch up and say you want to go stick on the defensive side instead of getting in that slot going to work? Talk to me.
I would say just the type of player I am. I'm very physical. You can't
Okay.
really do all that on offense. I think I like hitting. I like being the showstopper. I want to be the one that disrupt everything and the party pooper basically.
Gotcha.
And scoring touchdowns is good, but I'd rather score them from interceptions.
Okay.
It's just a different. It's just I'm wired a little differently in terms, and I always been like that since I was little. I always
Okay.
wanted to be the one, like, cause I like the villain role. I feel like DBs, you take the villain role. To let the receivers be the heroes. They get all the love, but I'm gonna take care of the back end of it, whether you like it or not. So,
Yeah. Who's it? Texas Southern. They got one of the DBs. He was the leading. He led the SWAC last season in interceptions. Isaiah. His last name skips my mind right now, but he's moving on to Houston University. He had was it 5 interceptions season? So that there go your number right there to go get it. We'll give you one right now.
yeah.
But he set that goal to make it happen. He had two. I think he had 2 pick sixes. Was it last year or the season before? I think it might have been last year. 2 pick six last season. So those some stats for you to get, go check out. Go get after that thing. But let me ask you, what is your brother doing now? What is your twin brother doing now? Is he still playing ball, or is he doing something different?
Oh, he's not playing ball anymore. He just graduated from a school called Fonbonne in St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay.
So big up to him. And now what he's doing is just working on getting his plays into overseas basketball, and just really keeping his career alive and then making different connections. So I'm helping him with that and really just trying to push his name out there because he had a good career at Pattonville High School playing basketball under Coach Thames. So
wait a minute. Wait. You ain't getting ready to breathe by that one. You was a point. Was you a point guard or shooting guard at Pattonville?
and I was a shooting guard.
And you played one season, dog?
Yeah, I played basketball just for fun, really just to be around my brother and other teammates. It wasn't really nothing serious. I played AAU basketball with Machine Elite. Shout out Coach Erica, shout out Coach Dave. But
Come on, Aaron. Hold on. You play how long did you play AAU ball, man?
probably for 2 years, 3 years.
Now once you get the AAU bug and you traveling and you balling,
Yeah.
that's how you don't let that go, man. What happened, man?
It just was something I knew. I was still playing football at the time too, so it was one of them things where I played basketball and had fun in the AAU system where you get to kind of be free. High school is a little different. So I think I just always loved football more. I knew basketball would get me in shape, something to do to stay in shape, but then roll into football season top tier. So I just love football more. That's just really what I wanted to do. That's why I stopped basketball. I wanted to put my full focus on football.
Got you. I got you. One thing we often talk about, and sometimes we don't really touch on it, but as we see now, there's a lot of mental health that's going on within sports. What are some of the things that you do to make sure that you're in the center, you're centered to continue to keep moving, down the path set for yourself to get to that goal that you're looking to achieve?
I would say really just keep strong faith in God. That's the biggest thing that people, I don't want to say people, but I realize just having strong faith in God and understanding that He makes no mistakes.
Right.
And you are exactly right where you need to be most of the time, whether you think it or not. So really just all ups to God and just my family and me really being able, especially being away all the time from St. Louis and the schools I choose and I go to, making good relationships with people, the community, and just being good to people. So I know my biggest mission from with Valley, even just now, try to put Valley in a good light, a good narrative, just be respectful to everybody around. It's a great community, and I feel like it will be seen differently this upcoming football season and just for the community in general.
Yeah, you got a fantastic athletic director over there. He's going into his second year. He came over from Jackson State. He was under Ashley Robinson. So definitely, looking to come in there, shine a big old bright light on the sports program. And then you got Coach Wade that's coming in there from Delta State. So, he know how this HBCU thing going. He played for Mississippi State, So you already know he's looking to go ahead and get things going in the right direction. And what I'm seeing right now with the rejuvenation as far as with like what you're doing now, trying to get people to pay more attention to what's going on with Valley, the different athletes in there, that a lot of you guys have stories to tell. And it's funny how I did a show on one of your teammates. I think, matter of fact, both of the new running backs that came in. You guys had a running back that just left from Mississippi Valley State, transferred over to Prairie View A&M. I think he was maybe 500 yards short of becoming head rusher for Mississippi Valley State. Excuse me, the lead Mississippi Valley State. And like I said, I'm just looking at what's going on with you guys as far as getting ready for this upcoming season. You weren't there for the spring, right?
No, I wasn't.
So what are you doing to prepare yourself for this upcoming season?
Just really working out, staying fine-tuned in formations, football, just football X's and O's, keeping it fresh, because some of it is similar. Some of UT Martin stuff is more complex, but also just trying to be a student of the game under Coach Thompson, Coach Wade. Again, phenomenal coaches, and just this short time, but then recruiting me, I feel the love and the family environment from Mississippi Valley State as a whole. So it allows you to be able to thrive. So obviously everything, got to work hard, grind. It's just, I've been doing this all my life, so I know. And just, again, building good relationships with the team, and really making sure we're playing for each other and being a player-led program and just trying to go in there and be a sponge, like I said, and just make the best.
Absolutely. Well, you know, they talking about that. Do you play Xbox, PlayStation, anything like that?
I know I play a little bit, but not for real. I don't really like to play games. I like to be outside in the present.
Okay, because I was going to ask you. I'm saying, you know, they talk about the NCAA football game coming back. You know, hoping it come back while you there at Valley. And one thing for certain, I got to ask you: name 3 athletes that if they built you as a player on the NCAA football game, that would be you, as far as your game, size, and all the tangibles that come with you when you out there on the field. What 3 athletes would build you?
What 3 athletes? I'm trying to think of what you asking exactly.
Okay, like this. Name me 3 athletes that your game is based around.
Okay. Buda Baker, for sure. Micah Hyde, just his athleticism. And I would probably say Denzel Ward.
Okay.
So just all of those, and just Buda Baker, really, because he kind of got it all in a nutshell, to be honest.
Right.
And just the underdog mentality, but also his physicality, the willingness of him to come up and hit. Micah Hyde, athleticism out the roof. Denzel Ward, being able to cover and have fun with it. It's just a lot of different things. So those are the 3 people I really watch a lot too, and really soak up their game.
Okay. If you had to pick from three individuals, doesn't matter the time, where they, you know, if they play sports or not, that you sit down and have a conversation with, that's going to guide you on the path that you're looking to travel. Who are those 3 individuals?
I would say, and that don't play sports or not, regardless.
It doesn't matter if they.
Deion Sanders. Definitely Deion. Barack Obama.
Okay.
It's tough because it's a lot of influence. It's a lot of great. And I would say my last one, who has really been. Do it matter if they were dead or alive?
Don't matter, because I got a question that's gonna come behind that one.
Okay, I would say if Martin Luther King was alive, Martin Luther King.
Reason why I asked the question: how would that conversation go? What would be the topic of that conversation? What would be a question that you would ask to spark that conversation?
Just really, me being African American,
Hmm?
like it's so hard for us. I really would just want to ask, especially Martin Luther King, that question: just how did you keep going
Hmm.
through all the hate, through all the adversity he faced? Just how did you keep going, and how did you manage to still win at that time?
I like that. Matter of fact, you mentioned Deion Sanders, Coach Deion Sanders. Let's send prayer over to him. He had,
Yeah,
I believe he had surgery on his foot. Wish you well, Coach. Hope everything came out all right and
absolutely.
everything for you. Just keep on fighting that fight, Coach. We appreciate you. But I would like to ask this: what can everybody expect from Mississippi Valley State? You, as far as you and your teammates, this upcoming season.
Well, obviously, I want to put the team first, so I feel like you can expect us to really get after it, change our mindsets, become winners. Because
Right,
it's again, I've been having interviews and I've been trying to shine light, but it's a whole bunch of talent that was already there that just
right.
needed to be tapped and just get around coaches who care, like Coach Wade, Coach Thompson, Coach Anderson. So we gonna be just fine. Ultimate goal: win a championship, win games. We're gonna win games. Um, and as far as myself, obviously, to push my teammates and along, be a student of the game, a true student of the game, to become all SWAC, to become all American, to do everything I can to help the team win.
Absolutely. So being that you were on the UT Martin teams that were back-to-back OVC champions, what is some of the what is the mindset that you're looking to get your teammates to understand that as a team we must have for us to move forward? Because from what I'm gathering from you, you're definitely going in to be a vocal leader and set the tone early as far as, hey, this is what's required of us to get to where we're trying to go. What exactly are some of those things that you would bring to the table for your teammates to understand exactly what, how things got to go for you to achieve those goals?
I would say, something I just thought about as well. It's really no difference. Yeah, we won those championships at UT Martin, but the crazy thing is, if you look at the roster at Mississippi Valley State, it's the talent adds up. That could be the same team that wins the championship in that league. So I would say it's just sacrifice, being able to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice to win. Um, from the coaching staff, from the whole staff to the players, we got to sacrifice and turn it into a player-led program. And obviously, Coach Thompson and Coach Wade is already doing that and allowing us to feel comfortable. And it's just a different vibe you feel from what I've been told. And I also felt that just on my short visit. So being able to sacrifice selflessness um, and just understanding again why we got one common goal, and that's to win. We don't care about nothing but winning. We want to win games. We want to win a championship. All that other stuff comes, but we want to win games um, and set a great vibe for the community um, and make Valley great again. That term Valley is in motion. It's true. Valley is in motion.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So take me through, okay, we're going to do this. It's this is Saturday, game day. Take me through your ritual from beginning to end, from beginning to when it's time to kick off. What we expected from you? Talk to me.
Okay, so just to take it back to what I used to do at Martin for games. When I woke up, the first thing I did, crazy is I'm so energetic and I'm wired up. I don't really have an off switch. So I wake up, and the first thing I do is text my mom.
Mhm.
First thing I do is text my mom because without her I wouldn't even be there. So I really text her, show her grace, and I'm listening to music pretty much the whole day until. So I'm listening to music. After that, I call a few people. I kind of call a few people to calm my nerves because you waking up at 7 a.m. It's nowhere near game time.
Absolutely.
So I kind of call a few people. I may call my brother or just one of my closest friends and just kind of calm my nerves. Then say pregame meal. We get to pregame meal. I'm feeling it because it's like, okay, and you get in the general talks from coaches, and to be honest, my apologies to Coach Simpson and Coach Lee. I love those guys and I love all my coaches, but I'm not really listening to the pregame talk because I'm already in my head like it needs no motivation. We get to play the game of football. We don't need motivation. You need motivation on game day. It's something you shouldn't be there. So I'm already wired up. I'm fired up. I'm trying to make sure my alignment, assignment, everything is okay. I'm playing it over in my head. What I do is I always have a notebook. You'll always see me writing. So just trying to make sure that's okay as well. And coach, so say we putting it on, we go for warm-ups. Now that's when I'm on it for real. So it's like that's when I turn into Joker. You got Aaron and then you got Joker. So as soon as I step on that field in this pregame, it's Joker now. It's no longer Aaron. So that's just more of a real locked in tunnel vision. I'm still playing around, but I have ill intentions. So I'm already set that way, and I practice that way as well. So we doing that. We hear the talks, and then it's time to run out the tunnel, or it's time to finally play. That's when the switch. That's when it's like everything you worked on. It's time to really go show. And it's not to be a hero. It's not to be the only guy still in the show or make the plays. It's to help the team win. Like I said, we don't care about nothing but winning games. So that's all I want to do is come and just be another talented guy coming to this team to change the culture. It's already plenty of talented guys. So I just want to bring in the experience from winning, bring it over to those guys, and we all can eat.
That's absolutely. So what exactly is it that you do in your spare time, your leisure time? You don't do video games like a lot of the athletes do, where they on them sticks all the time. They online talking, none of that stuff. So I'm taking it you're not a big trash talking person. You sound like you more of I can show you better than I can tell you. What is it you like to do in your leisure time?
I would say really just be outside a little bit, like I kind of like to be in the present, and I don't really like playing video games. When I was younger, yeah, but now too much stuff goes on. I like to be in real world issues. I'm big into politics and just trying to figure out how certain things are and how coming up I can help. And with the little voice and platform that I have, especially being African American again. So I really just sometimes I like to read, but really just enjoy time with my family and friends. I'm never really in a game inside. I like to be outside and be active.
Okay. So you are a psych major right now, correct?
Yes, sir.
So I mean that sounds like an avenue that you could possibly get down there and make some changes.
Yeah.
What you looking at psych major, man? Talk to me.
Really just whether it's a sports psychologist or being a psychologist, because I know psychologists prescribe the medicine, but I kind of want to be able to sit and get in the mind of especially athletes and just make sure their mental health is fine and really okay. Because I feel like nowadays, sometimes coaches and these programs, they put so much on the athletes. We're not really checking on mental. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of things that we don't talk about, or just things that's going on at home that we may not mention because we already feel like it's going to be a burden, and it's just too many things. So I really want to change that narrative and be able to help with mental health, because ultimately you only get one of them. You got one brain. You can't replace that. You can't. It's everything. So being right up here will unlock so many avenues in life, and just taking care of your health and taking care of yourself is big to me. So
yeah, you mentioned something there about a lot of times coaches are not there to help stimulate athletes' mind to certain issues that they may have. I still coach youth football, and just found out that one of the young men that played in our park actually committed suicide. And the thing is, it makes you really wonder what is going on with some of these athletes. I tell people all the time, we try to, as coaches, we only get, we get you guys for maybe 8 hours a week, 8 to 10 hours a week. That's just, and that 10 might be added into the game day, everything that's going on equal game day. So just trying to figure out what exactly, what can we do more of to help these athletes, for them to formulate their minds to think about that that they're dealing with, how to prepare for those things, to make sure that they're able to manage them accordingly. Because, like I said, it's just so much going on. I mean, my team alone, I had one young man that actually he ended up in a fight that went wrong, and he ended up losing his life. And me seeing that young man, that really disturbed me. So that for me, this is therapy, being able to sit down and talk with you guys, just to get an understanding of where you're coming from, and then being able to guide, in a direction that's going to be beneficial for you to in the manner what you need to move, so that you can do the things that you want to do and be successful. You get what I'm saying? Definitely give you a plan gonna put you in a space that's gonna allow you to achieve achieve all of the goals and obtain the dreams that you have for yourself as well as your families. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with you saying that, you being a psych major, that's a great thing. Well, we're gonna go ahead. Like I said, I know I done kept you on this bad boy for a long time here, and with all the technical difficulties I've had.
Nah, you
So
good.
I definitely do appreciate you coming on the show, sitting down with me for a little bit here, so everybody get a good understanding of who Aaron Webb is, and what type of athlete are they going to get coming to Mississippi Valley State University to put on for the Delta Devils this upcoming season. Because I'm knowing Coach Wade is getting ready to, he gonna shock some folks with this program. Looking at what he's been able to do from a recruit standpoint, not only just Coach Wade, but all of the coaches that you mentioned as well, that's over there on that coaching staff, they're coming in there to change the narrative. As far as, you think you're gonna come into Itabena on an easy win, like Mississippi Valley State is their homecoming. Y'all about to figure out and find out the hard way. You got to come in here and earn this for 4 quarters, and 9 times out of 10, you might walk up out this bad boy with an L. So, with that being said, what are some of the things? Well, I asked you that already. What are some of the things you're looking to do in your leisure time? Give everybody your social medias of where they can reach you at. To tap in what you just see. What you got going on, different things that you're looking to do. Because I know a lot of NIL stuff going on out there. I don't know if anybody have reached out to you about stuff as of yet, but I'm sure that they will, because you definitely are one of those type of individuals that really intrigue people's thought process, as far as like different things, different avenues, as far as where you can go to really maximize the efforts that you're trying to put out here to make things go in the manner what you're looking for them to go.
My Instagram is at Aaron Webb 12 underscore, so underscore Aaron Webb 1 on Instagram. My Twitter is at underscore Aaron 7. And I definitely appreciate you allowing me to come on here, because we don't even really want to talk about it. We feel like people kind of know that it's going to be different. So all we say is Valley in motion, put the work in, and then y'all will see it on game day, because we coming. And I know Deion say that, so prayers up to him. And I really love Deion Sanders. So it's the same thing. We coming, and Valley is in motion.
Hey, you said it already. Coach Wade and the coaching staff, they bringing a family orientation type situation for everybody over there that want to become a part of it. Hey, if you're looking to go ahead and get in that Delta Devils program, you better hurry up and do it. Because Coach Wade and that coaching staff over there, they're looking to get them athletes in there. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and let Aaron Webb go. I appreciate you for coming on the show. Like I said, man, anytime you need Coach, man, hit me up. You can reach me anytime. We can sit down and chop it up. And, whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about it off air. If you need to come back on the show, you're always more than welcome.
Absolutely.
All right, man. I appreciate you. We'll talk soon. Have a good one. All right. All right, guys. Well, you got it. You got it from the horse's mouth. Mr. Aaron Webb from over at the Mississippi Valley State University Delta Devils football team has stopped by to talk with your favorite coach, to give us a rundown on what we can expect from those Delta Devils this upcoming season, and just how they're building that program over there with the athletes that's looking to get in there and make some things shake. Guys, Coach gonna go ahead and get up on out this thing. But y'all remember, man, y'all make sure y'all tune in, tap in, tell a friend of a friend to go over there and tap in with them Delta Devils over there. Because like I said, they're doing some great things. So y'all make sure y'all get over there and check them out as well. But guys, Coach gonna go ahead and get up on out of here. But until next time, be the one and lead.